Hi, everybody. Welcome to the first live tour at Decentraland Art Week 2025. We are going to be walking around in World. So if you're not already there, join us. You can see what's happening right now at the Art Week Visitor Center in World in Decentraland. Don't worry about getting lost. If you've already downloaded the Decentraland client, this is where you'll spawn at this visitor center. And you can see on the map all the red dots of people running around Decentraland. There's going to be loads of us moving at one time right now because we're going to be exploring some of the very special builds that we have here today at Decentraland Art Week. I would like to welcome two of our amazing builders out of the 27 installations that we have at Art Week 2025 in the plaza that you'll be exploring in a few moments' time. Hey, hello, everybody. Bosque Gracias, CHRONO T.
Hey!
Bosque, Chrono, do you want to kind of quickly say where you're from, what you're doing here, and then we're going to dive into the world and explore your builds?
Yeah, well, my name is CHRONO T, and I was born in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I still live there. I got I got family, things like that. But I've always been on my computer playing games. I finished school. I earned a bachelor's degree at one point, and then couldn't do much with it here. Ended up in grad school, and then once I finished that, I found Decentraland. It was like literally once I finished school, I finally had a break for the first time in 5 years. I had a break. I got online and I saw Decentraland, and it was just, and I went to Wondermine and everybody was partying. And it was just, it blew my mind because, I mean, growing up, I've always, like I got into music production, songwriting. I love writing songs. But it was like, I would put it on MySpace and then maybe 20 people would hear it. And it's like, that's great. But like Decentraland is, just kind of like opens up this whole new era for artists, and people like to interact with each other and talk.
Okay, hello, we are Bosque Gracias from Patagonia, Argentina. We make these art residencies based on Web3 art. We live in a rural area near from the mountains and lakes. We live a life so close to analogs, permaculture, gardening. We are so close to nature. We are a family, so we have kids. Our life it's always sharing with others, with community. Community for us is like everything, everything we made is based on community and to share to others. So in the Decentraland, we always want to give this, contagiar, to give to others and to make experiences that are community based or relations.
I love this so much. I love that we're bringing together Tulsa, Oklahoma with Patagonia, with an arts collective, it's super, super cool. So I would love everyone that's listening in right now. I can see there's over 100 of you watching on the live streams across Twitter, LinkedIn, Decentraland, YouTube, Jumpin' World. We're starting. This is the Decentraland Visitor Center. So when you spawn into Decentraland right now, you're going to be here with us at 140 minus 86, and minus 140 minus 86. But we're going to jump now first to Bosque Gracias' build. Now, if you haven't been in Decentraland before, this is an open world. So I am going to try and walk there from the visitor center. But if you want to teleport, it is going to be at this build that I'm putting in world right now, which is 136 minus 100 and minus 83. So, wow, there we go. So let me just double check that because I'm going to walk. I'm on 3 computers right now. So I'm across everything. So minus 136, minus 83. We're going to walk there together to give a little bit of time for everybody else to jump in with us. So I'm going to type here, first build, walk with us. And we're going to set off. So I'm going to bring up my map so I know where I'm going. So we're at minus 136, minus 83. And on the map, we're going to go out of the visitor center, away from the head. So we're going to go out of the visitor center now. Blah, 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 blah. There you go. in this direction. Walk with me. We're going to set off. So we're going to go out of the visitor center here, and we're going to walk towards this huge build that you can see here by Bosque Gracias. With the, there
We
you
are
go.
so near. I really enjoy walking it.
Now, Bosque, do you want me to put a different skybox on? How do you prefer to see your build in Decentraland? Ah, cool. So it's set. So you set your skybox for this setting here. And do you want to tell me how I should start interacting with your installation?
The main concept of the installation is the connection that we can have through digital art connected with nature, and how can that interact in your environment. So the first you need to do is to go near a TV and turn it on.
You can turn on all TVs, clicking, and at the same time, we wanted to make a art gallery. So it's a art gallery curated by us, by pieces made by artists that they came to the art residency. And the main concept is nature, because it's a nature-based art residency. So in the gallery, we wanted to link NFTs, real NFTs, with the Decentraland. So you can see the pieces, and at the same time, you have this button that gives you access to the pieces if you want to mint or if you want to know more about the artist. That's the main concept idea, to give to the artists that participated, to the community, to give access to through this gallery to the Decentraland world. So the main concept of the idea about the TVs, why turning on TVs, they are linked to nature, in which way. You want to tell more about that? The way that nature is growing when you turn on the TVs.
We try to mesh this concept about touching grass, and how we all as digital creators sometimes spend a lot of time with digital machines, not only with computers, another kind of robots that we love to use. So in a way, when you get connected with nature in the artwork, creating it through nature, co-living with other artists that also talks about how can we interact with others, we try to think in this digital world as like opening the doors about everything. So for example, we build these analog installations with TVs in real life, but what happened if you can go and jump the TVs and you go like in a game, turning them all, and as more you see, the more time you spend with computer, all the environment start reflecting this growth that you have with nature through this contact with the artist, with the process, with this artist touching grass and creating these artworks created for this. So when you start jumping on the TVs, you get to another floor, and there you will find a portal that takes you to see the upper world, which you have already turned on a lot of TVs, and you can see all the nature that you may grow through the contact with the artworks.
Yeah, there was like this idea of seeing people jumping and people trying to get to the first floor. Um, yeah, in
Oh,
a yeah.
in a way, also, when we get this opportunity to build inside the Decentraland, the idea of opening the medias as that we have as humans. So you jump over the TVs, you are playing with it, you are interacting with the artworks, and for an art gallery, that it's totally different when you go to a normal museum and you have the artists in the walls or projected because they are digital. And in most of the places that you go to discover art, is not perfectly made for digital art. So what happened in these digital environments that we can build as we want to expose our artworks. together with others. Lot of screens, more screens. I want more screens. We have to put them all together and go up because this place is small. So in a way, when we discovered that was 48 artworks curated, we have to go up as nature going up and look into the sky. So in a moment, working with the incredible studio, the Coding Cave, which we work, we start like proposing these ideas, and they open the door for us to play. So it was, well, we have 48 artworks. What should we do with the TVs? Oh, the place is small. Let's go up. So Mariano built this incredible tower, like it's itself a place to go. It's not only things like the artworks inside a thing. It's a place to go. So I really love that here in this art week, we are discovering different medias, opportunities, expressions in a place to go, to live with, like a territory, like I understand places. So this theme of touching grass inside the Decentraland for me was like mind blowing, you know? Like everything I love, but inside the computer that I also love.
It's really part of our life. These analog TVs, we live between analog TVs here in the house. It's something that I saw in other creators on the Central and on this art week on Chronos 2. It's like this about your house. You live in your house, you have your sketches, and everything that you have in your house it is part of this digital world too. So for us it's the same, the recycling and making things with reusable things. It is part of our life, so we always want to put it on the Central. If you turn on sufficient TVs, I don't know, I think Bay, you need only just a couple more and you will open the portal, and the portal gives you access to the last floor, and on the last floor there is a documentary, an audiovisual documentary on a big TV that is the final TV, where you can see, I don't know, our style as an artist too, because we are not only a community, we are artists, we live every day making art. So that documentary, it is about our life, our way of seeing this place that is a big forest, and how all the time the weather changes. And yeah, it is really like the idea to give you our point of view about community and about our lifestyle.
I love this build so much. I've got so many questions. The first is, okay, I've turned on all the TVs upstairs. I've had the notification that I can go to the top platform. Can you give me some tips of how to get up there? What do I jump on to get to the top platform here?
Here in your right, you have the portal. That light is the portal.
You need to
Amazing.
enter.
Awesome.
Oh.
There are thematics. The Coding Cave, they really made an incredible work. Was challenging to put NFTs on TVs,
Yeah.
and they put all these cinematics that the camera moves and shows you about the nature growing, because the trees that are surrounding the tower, they start to grow when you start to turn on TVs. Um, so they start little trees and they start to grow, and on the floor right now there is a big forest, like it's almost covering all the scene. uh,
I see it. I'm like a kid in this build. That's so incredible. And seeing those trees grow as you turn all the televisions on. Chrono, are you seeing this too, your side?
Yes, this is amazing. This, God, amazing work, amazing work.
Okay, my second question, now that I've got to the top, how did you, so I've seen in real life that you have used this motif of the stacking analog TVs in real life exhibitions. And I guess my question for that is the same here. How do you choose which works go with which in the stack? Is there like a theme or a almost like a visual congruence that you're trying to create amongst the stacks of the works, particularly downstairs when we have all those works hung together?
In a way, we start with the colors and how can we mesh artworks that are still artworks, that the ones that has movement through GIF, animation, GLBs, or digital, like a video, sorry. So first is these colors start guiding the movement we want to create. And what happened if I see the tower from here? What happens if I see in another point of view? And try to mesh through that guide a concept between the artworks. So most of them, in a way, in the end of the curation, start in places that make groups of the people of the residency. And I think that that's not casual, you know, because in a moment of the art residencies we produce here, the artists mesh like a mood together as a group. And it's not guided for us. It's like guided from the community, and all the workshops and artworks or media we start creating, they start talking each other. So when you see them, you start seeing them like little nets, like starts opening. So it's totally different how one artist work with cyanotypes than another, but those blue are talking together, you know.
Just an announcement. Antonio, I saw you join the stream and then you've left again. Like next time you join, I'll add and then we can visit your build as well. So Antonio, if you're watching this and you're having tech issues, if you join the stream again, we can add you to the stage. Bosque, so tell me then about some of the artists that we can see in front of us here. I'm going to click this one at the top as well so I can hopefully have the full curation on this side of my gallery that I'm creating with these. So tell me, whose work can we see in this stack right now?
Here now you can see Nejo Out documentary. It's the orange one. In the top of her, you have Ñoño that he creates stop motion. In the left, it's Winter. There is a little collage made by Mariano. Down it, you have cyanotype with embroidery, that it's part of the series Energy Wheels. And the back ones are analog slides that we work on them, recreating with the girl that has inside a leaf. It's a real leaf. And in the left, in the floor, there is it was an analog slide turned with AI to give movement. So this point of view, it's a good example about what we were talking about, how the artworks start meshing together, because there are some like medias that they work together, but with different point of view, they can turn in a different, totally different artwork and different medias too.
I love
most
this.
of the pieces we are seeing here are physical pieces that through scanning or digital processes come to digital. And in a way, they can only be digital.
Yeah,
because
you have
that slide, for example, I cannot project it because it's bigger than a normal one and thicker. I cannot put it in a projector. So it can only be like an artwork itself in a digital world through a screen.
That's incredible. So there's just this mixture of these different forms, these media forms, just from extremely analog and so analog that you can't project it. It's a physical object that you literally can't project in any other way, that is taken into a digital environment and we're witnessing it as avatars within a virtual world.
Yeah, that's
What's
awesome.
been your the favorite part of this build for you both?
Our favorite?
The favorite artwork is you ask? Sorry.
I can't ask that. I can ask, like, that would be, no, I can't ask you to pick an artwork. No, your favorite part of the build, like the favorite part of the experience for you, seeing it
Mm.
right now,
Mm.
live in Decentraland. What's the bit that surprised you or delighted you the most?
Personally, for me, it's to see in an art gallery that you can play and that is enjoyable. Uh, Personally, I really boring on museums and traditional art galleries. Yeah, I'm that kind of person. But I love digital worlds. I love video games. I really enjoy to see people enjoying this place, and I really love to see that you can see the artwork and all the information about the artist, about the, I don't know, the description of the artwork and the link to the artwork. I really love to see that because sometimes on curation or art galleries, this info is missed. I think it's the most important thinking in a community. And
Chrono,
you?
I'd love to bring you in. Oh yeah, Rothia, sorry, you.
I really, really love to have the opportunity to share this with other in all the world, because when we make an installation here or in Buenos Aires or in any place, the people is not there with you, you know, and it's very limited the possibility you have to share it because it's in a place in that moment. And I love ephemeral art. I work with it all the time, but I really love to mesh it with the digital possibility of sharing with all. So I really love this in the Decentraland.
Chrono, I'm going to bring you in. What surprised you the most about this build?
Well, I think what's really special about this is, the fact that you are, giving us a perspective of where you are, and your perspective. I love the analog. I mean, I'm older, so our first television was analog. Of course, it was the old television on the ground. We had the big dial, and of course, we used aluminum foil on the antenna to get
Mm.
to pick up, and you had to get it just right. And if you did, then it was crystal clear until the cat knocked it over. And but yeah, it's we're you know for me, and like what I've noticed, we get kind of locked into kind of where we're at, but to be able to be exposed to culture. I mean, I just wish that we could just teleport ourselves all around the planet. You know what I mean? I mean, just to be able to experience and have much more, because I mean, I kind of see humanity as like the same thing. Like we're all the kind of the same thing, but we're all separated. We're all kind of, but to be able to experience something that otherwise it's like like nutrition for the mind or for the body.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
completely agree. This has been a delight. I think we're going to go at your build, Chrono, if you're ready.
Sure.
So Bosque, stay with us. I'm going to be asking you about your reactions
Yeah.
to Chrono builds with a completely different mixture as well, because Bosque, for anyone who doesn't know me, I'm the Decentraland head curator and producer. So it's my absolute privilege to curate Decentraland Art Week. It's my third curation this year. So I've seen a number of these studios and artist collectives and individual artists just growing in Decentraland over the last 4 years. With you, Bosque, it was so cool to be able to pair you with the Coding Cave as well. Like for anyone coming into this, 10 of our artists came through Open Call and were paired with studios by me, which was an awesome thing to be able to do. It was like Christmas, going, okay, who am I going to put with this artist? So in matching with the Coding Cave, I really like just delighted. Did you know each other before you started collaborating on this project?
No, we didn't. But the workflow was wonderful.
Was
It was
wonderful.
like knowing them from all life, you know.
Well, there was a time that we yell like, "We are everybody coding K. We are coding K. We are a team." You know, we was working as a team. Was incredible.
I could see that in this build. It really feels like you've known each other for so
Thank you
long.
so much for mentioning us.
Yeah, the
Chrono,
experience is like really, cohesive. Like, like you were saying, it seems like, you knew the creators, I mean, for a long time, because um this is really a beautiful experience.
and so Chrono, for you, it's completely different. You are an individual creator when we jump to your build. So this is your concept in your build, or were there some collaborations taking place in this as well?
This is actually all me, but I would love to collaborate with people. I absolutely, like, I'm jealous of y'all to be able to have, each other to work with. Like, I think that's so amazing. That's really special. And then also to be paired, and, with creators to get that done. Yeah, that's amazing.
Okay, we're going to jump then, Chrono, for you to
Okay.
show what we're going to experience. So we're going to be jumping to minus 133.91. You can walk it if you'd like to walk there, but it's a little bit of a walk. It's the other side of the Art Week zone. So I've dropped a coordinate in the chat in world if you want to teleport with us. Minus 133, minus 91. I'm going to be jumping there now. Here we go. And Chrono, as we teleport, what are we about to see?
Okay, well, you're gonna find yourself spawning into the corridor of the biocore. If you back up a little bit, then you could actually see, more of the building. But we spawn directly into the corridor. This is an ancient artifact that so the very first civilization in this universe was the Inari. This was about 500 million years after the inception of the universe. This was at a time that the first like proto systems were stable enough to actually form life. And this species actually evolved very quickly because there were many elements on this planet. And so, they did not war as much, and they actually evolved technologically much quicker than we here on our Earth, because on Earth, the elements that we have available to us are limited. And so they began to really realize that they didn't see any other life. As they began to get stronger, they are more advanced, they began terraforming as many planets as possible. And so that's what this is. This is the biocore. It's a biological planetary terraformer. So at the time, whenever the Inari terraform a planet, they have they have atmospheric cores and all different kinds of cores to get the atmosphere and get the planet right. Then the biocores open up, and then they kind of spread life. But Vel, began to realize that his entire species had advanced to the point that they were literally transcending to another dimension. They were blinking out, and so Vel, realized that the entire history of the first species was going to be lost, and so he was worried about that. So he locked up the biocore for a future civilization, and that's what this terminal here is. So the terminal, he wanted, Vel wanted to kind of preserve the biocore until a species that, could open this up. And so the terminal will ask you some questions. Feel free to take it as many times as possible. It's kind of like an ethical test, but it's no reflection on the user at all. And so feel free, to take it many times. And
you're saying this and laughing because I failed it.
Well, you're not the first. And I felt bad. People were like going, I failed it. And I'm like, oh, wait, hold up. That wasn't my intention.
So this is the terminal, and this is an AI terminal. Is that right? That's questioning you about your ethical integration with the environment and the wider world.
Well, actually, I used AI. I used Cursor. And what this is a Python, or this is a JSON file that that kind of has these pre-prompts and everything like that. So there are 4 questions. And however, one interesting thing is I'm working on a choose your own adventure. I'd actually worked on it a while back. I haven't done it yet though. But there's like 400 potential pathways in this choose your own adventure. I haven't done it yet because I want each one to kind of manifest a different environmental change, and now it's just a lot. So maybe I'll hold on to that, for a bit. But yeah, so I used Cursor to create this terminal, and so whenever people get those questions, then there will be stairs that will show up here to the right of the terminal, and there's a power core up there, and so you have to. So if you're able to grab that power core and take a photo or take a screenshot of with it on your avatar. I have a post every day of Art Week on X. I have a post. So today's day 1. So if you have proof of the power core, you can post that there. That's proof 1. And then proof 2 is this relic puzzle. So let's go ahead. I'll go ahead and go over there. So if you go down the hall, you can click on the or you can click E to open the door.
So yeah, I'm in the reliquary right now with your huge beast that's here in front of the relics.
Yes, so this is Ancient Wise, and Ancient Wise is really kind of orchestrates a lot of the biocore working normally. So whenever this thing landed, Ancient Wise was kind of designed to set up the atmosphere, or connect with the atmosphere that was already created by the atmosphere biocores. And so the puzzle here now, Vel, what he did is he hypnotized Ancient Wise. So Ancient Wise completely forgot what his job was. And so here we've got different relics. You can press E to pick one up, and then you can place it on a pedestal. You can kind of like see his reaction if Ancient Wise still seems confused, like if Ancient Wise doesn't realize. Also, there's a certain animation whenever he's confused. Then you can click on the pedestal. It'll place the relic in the back on a stone slab. And so you can try that as many times as you want. A few little like secret alpha is the turtle shell. The carapace shell kind of goes for the guy or the person being struck by lightning. So that's kind of like, if you have a turtle shell, that like your protection. The seed, okay, is for the is for the baby. So a seed grows like a baby grows. I don't want to give all of them away, but but I'm inclined to. I mean, just for everybody listening.
The special alpha in the tour.
But yeah, so you can try that as many times as you want. But of course, you don't need to do that. You can always just walk over here to this other blue thing, and you can click, and then very cool, Bay. I'm glad that you're trying that. And then so we're gonna go up and go to the forest floor, and I'm gonna click, jump up here.
I'm welcoming Antonio to the stage as well. Antonio, it's awesome to get you here.
Hello, guys.
Hey, Antonio.
So after Antonio, it's awesome to see you. So CHRONO, we're going to jump to Antonio's build after we've explored yours with Bosque. So Antonio, another one of our incredible builders. So we're going to try and fit all 3 builds in this live tour in the style of Decentraland Art Week. So CHRONO, I don't think I'm going to finish this puzzle in time. So what should I do if I don't have time to finish the puzzle? What do I press?
Okay. Well, if you go back to where that stone slab was, there's a bright blue, let's see, turn around.
Here?
No, go back kind of to the main area. Turn around like your perspective. There you go. And then go straight and right. And then go right. There you go. Go straight through there. There's a bright blue square on the wall. Yep, there you go. And if you click on that, that'll automatically open up the stairs to the forest level. So you can see that. And now to your right, if you look to your right, you'll see those stairs. There we go.
Awesome.
And we're actually almost done. That was all the puzzles. So if a person posts, well, actually, there's a video on aeon_smash that has all that information. So here in the forest floor, we've got the forest floor, and So this is kind of like the central part of the biocore. So while the biocore is running, while it's closed, the vegetation and everything grows and kind of gets optimal to the point where then the doors will open. So yeah, so there's a pirate lever, and if you pull that, well, it's pirate lever. It's a lever. It's a biocore lever, and if you pull that, you'll see the iris of the drone open.
Got it. It is so beautiful, Chrono. Just in terms of the storytelling, but also in the build, there's so many beautiful pieces here. I'm gonna pull the lever.
Yep, and if you look up as you do, you'll see. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. So pull the lever again.
Mm-hmm.
And press E. There we go. Now with that, yeah. See, so that actually opened up the drone, and then it caused the paper or the paper cranes to fly out.
Ah.
So if you look up, you can see kind of the light coming, like now the iris of the drone is open. Yeah. And so what we want to do here is we want to jump on the back of one of these and fly up to the control room.
Oh, wow. Now, my parkour is terrible, so we might have to just imagine this, I'm afraid, but we'll try.
Okay, just try. It's super easy.
Oh.
There we go. There we
Yay!
go. There you go. I try to make it super easy. And so this will take you up to the control. So this is the control room. And so up here, we'll see, all of these portraits show kind of the story of, kind of what Vel went through. He was called in, given the job. He was told about the biocourse. He didn't even know about that. And then he was given one. And so kind of all the storyline. And then from here, we just kind of go up there and we can click on the TV. And so it's got like an image of the sky.
Yeah, the wall is just moving for me.
There we go. And then yep, there we go. So that's the last lever, and that'll open up. That'll open up the whole biocore. Yeah. So this was that. Goodness. Yeah, and then once this is done, like if you jump out and then look up at it, you'll see that on all four sides, it's formed an owl.
No.
Yeah, and so that's what the or Bay, if you want, you can go into your camera mode and kind of zoom
camera so I can stay. Yeah. So for anyone joining us, camera, press C, and then U to get rid of that box. I like to use it without the box, U, and then you can use your mouse and your keypad to use arrows or WASD to explore around your character and see what's happened to this build without having to jump to the bottom. This is amazing. Wow.
Thank you. It's and so now it's open, and so you've opened it, and so now life can begin to come out and and populate for that planet. So,
and I love seeing the paper cranes as well, still circulating in the gallery floor. This is amazing, and I'm so glad you talked me through the levels, because this has been just super amazing to see all of these levers, all of the walls, how this all fits together into this progression. Bosque, are you walking this with us as well?
It's amazing, really, the level of complexity and all the storyline. It's amazing. Everything has a name. Everything has a why. Why is there? I mean, we work in community basis, but you working in universal, taking the universe as a community, and it's incredible.
I really love how it make me feel things, being in the darkness, finding characters, portals. That I think that's kind of the experience of touching grass too, when we can reproduce in our body something that happens to us with arts. No,
I love it too, the way that psychological, like in the first way, you started in a tunnel, very dark, I feel like trapped, but then you finish in an open space that opens on the sky, and wow, was like super freely.
It's like I want to go out and go inside again.
Yeah.
Go out and go inside again.
Wow, thank you so much.
What do you
Amazing.
hope, Chrono, that someone will take away from this build? I know I've asked that question to you, but now seeing this build in reality, because when you say, oh yeah, it turns into some owls, you think, yeah, great. You imagine like an owl animation, and then the whole building literally reconstructs itself. What do you hope that people take away from this experience?
Well, okay, so is your name Bosque? Is that okay, yeah. So I mean, what they just said is exactly what I would want people to take away. You know, I created this from, you know, I was in the middle of the forest, you know what I mean? So, you know, and so I mean, I'm designing, you know, and so I have hopes of what people will take away, you know, from it. But yeah, to be able to hear both of you say, you know, say that's amazing. I hope that, you know, I look forward in the future, you know, with other builds to get more into the story. I could only tell such a small part of the story here. I've always, since a kid, I've always looked up into space and just the immensity of everything and how small we are, you know, how, you know, I mean, we are all brothers and sisters on this planet, you know, we're all, and, you know, it's just, anyway, yeah.
It's such a cool build. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
one, creating this installation. And I know how much has gone into this because we've been sort of DMing. I've seen some of the bits to come together, but I had no idea about the multiple levels and the multiple experiences. Just bravo. Yeah,
Thank you, Bay.
masterpiece. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're gonna walk around. Antonio, I'm so happy to have you here as well because we go from Bosque Gracias' build, which is displaying all of these interactive artworks in a way that's exploratory, that's way that's playful. Chrono, your storytelling build of all these multiple levels and layers of exploration. Antonio, I feel like your build is such like just a different vibe from the two that we've just had, and I'm so excited to be exploring it with you. So if you're with me in world right now, anyone, I'm going to drop the coordinates in the chat, which is 100 minus 142 minus 83. You can walk around the corner. I'm going to do it very quickly here to show you to get to the build straight away, but you can walk. So if you want to go to decentraland.org/art week, the whole map is there if you'd like to just run around the builds. What am I doing here? Minus 142 minus 83. Minus 142 minus 83. I'm not sure. What am I doing that is making this not work? Minus 142 minus 83. I think it's my cat-handed typing. Yes, it is. So I'm going to jump in here. There we are. Oh, no. Let's see. Minus 142 minus 83. Sorry, everybody. This is terrible. Minus 142 minus 83. There we go. Thank you, Chrono. I'm getting too excited. So we're jumping in and we're going to Foam Garden by Antonio. Antonio, would you like to tell us what we're about to see as we jump in now?
Hello. That was good. Your build was giving me something like the vault from Foundation vibes. This is something to do. Let me jump in. I went straight to the point as touching grass. I needed grass and I needed to touch it, and I wanted to give as much sensation of an open field as I could. So the only way to give this much area was to go up, and so this is why the foam, because the foam garden is about to increase the surface level to the maximum, like if like a fractal, we can have infinite surface in a limited space. Of course, we're not in a true fractal, but this is the concept of a foam. We have a lot of surface in a small space, and I always like to think about Decentraland as a content machine. Like every time you are in this with this open on your screen, you have a beautiful shot and a beautiful texture showing your screen. Like I wanted to, when you look up, you always have this display of the sky and the grass field, like almost fruit aero vibes, like the Windows landscape, this contrast of blue sky and green fields. And it's a build that I like to, I did this I love this trick you have to, when you do the facing normals of the you only see the one normal of the material. So when you look from outside, you see the green field, but once you in, you only see the blue skies, and you are confined in this green field. And these textures of leaves, I used the original leaf texture of the trees, because I always think about Decentraland in this concept of what is canon, what is Decentraland exactly in terms of textures. And I am always trying to think about this concept and generate stuff that how can I make this look canon, like what is true to the textures and concepts of visual concept of Central, because there is not like there is no certification, and I also think that this should be a thing for the future, because when I first dropped in Decentraland and walk by like Genesis Plaza, that feels like that there's a coherence on that I love so much in the vegetation and the level of detail of some leaves and some constructions, and I always try to bring this to my builds to give this sense of integrity of the texturing of the Genesis Plaza. And so I use the leaves in the tree, the normal tree of Decentraland. I grab the texture and replace it. This grass has a little bit of emissive texture, so it's always showing this beautiful green no matter what, but it's also baked. There's shadows are, when you can see that there is a little bit of shadow, so it's baked. But I'm also using emissive texture in the baked texture, so I can get this sense of deep shadows, but also always the same color is showing, no matter the environment or the daytime of Decentraland. It's also, as you can see, is also an hobby that you can, if you're good, you can get to the top of this grass, so you can get stuck here in like for some good minutes. But I'm very claustrophobic, so I like make my builds so you can always go out no matter what, so you can get out of this cube very easily and go run somewhere else. And this interaction of grab the flowers. We also use, my girlfriend help me. We are also using cursor. This cursor now is only giving us a taste of we're gonna be able to do in the near future, because only this interaction months ago would be very difficult to bring, at least for me, that I don't have no programming background, but now the ability to brief some AI to these specific interactions is so cool. So in our defense text, in our curatorial text, we talk about this sensation of gather. How do you say when you pick something in the glass? Gathering.
Gathering. Yeah, gathering.
I think when you grab something of this field, and you are able to put it back, and we didn't we were trying to make this P2P. So when a person puts a flower there, you see the same. So would be a collective construction. But as it is, you only see the interaction you are making. But this was would be a really good point for implementation. But yeah, that's it. Touching grass in a phone garden, in a big phone garden.
I love this build so much, because particularly for someone like me, that I think what you say is all about not being able to see the whole space. Like, I am terrible at parkour and obbies usually, but because of the way that you set up the space, it seems so low pressure. It seems just like this space that I can explore. I don't have to complete anything, but I can interact. I can layer the flower with my emotes. I can see all these different viewpoints. I love how exploratory you've made it for someone like me, that maybe a traditional obby, it would seem so overwhelming, whereas this just seems so inviting and welcoming, and just begs for exploration.
Yeah, it's like it's over there. If you want it, you can do it. But if you don't want it, like me, you can just sit down here and just keep watching to the sky. And there's a low fluctuation of the leaves, so it's very about the calming of the sensation. I like to explore the very literal concept of things, and be very straightforward to the visuals of the concept I am exploring. So I wanted to give as much the sensation of a picnic on the park in Decentraland, like in a small space. So this why I came up with this concept of this cube of it's a you can it's a representation of the quantum phone. This I love the concept of quantum phone, and this is why the phone is this fluctuation of space, and so that's the concept.
Bosque, I'd love to bring you in here as well. Are you exploring with us?
Yeah, we love it. All the lighting, all the space, open space, and when you see all the big picture, it's like a painting. It's like all the movements and the shadows. I really love this space. It's really peaceful.
Yeah, thank you. That's about it.
Yeah,
and
really.
and it's also you say I put my name. It's like a graphical, like 2D graphical but it's 3D. It's like we are creating the spatial internet. So the same concept of a website, we have to start to understand how it's how it's a graphical website in 3 dimensions. So it has to work in all sides. It has to give the sense of flow where you can go up and so I put my name in the four corners with the same Art Week font, and so it's like the post from the social media, but it's in 3 dimensions.
I love that so
Amazing.
much.
It's an amazing concept.
Chrono, your thoughts?
Wow, it's I love just the free nature of it. It's like exploring a cave, but it's grass, like it's natural. Yeah, the baking of the shadows on the underside and the emission for the leaves was such a good idea. Okay, so have you considered publishing that flower as a wearable? Because I would love to be able to have that like all over the place. That's a really cool wearable.
Totally. I need to. I have a wearable that I call it. It's the grass dude. You are like a chunk of grass, like fully that you are a grass dude, and probably I would launch together with this flower. I love the idea.
That sounds
So
awesome.
let me know about submission fees, because obviously as an art week builder, we're happy to help you out with those and get those wearables to
Cool.
the art week crowd. We'd be super happy with that. And with that, we've
Yeah.
only got 3 minutes left. So what we're going to do, if you're on the tour with me right now, we need to get back to the visitor center because we're going to have a tutorial by the amazing Nico Earnshaw, who is the head of product for Creator Hub. So he's going to be taking you all the way through how to create your own gallery in Decentraland. If you've been inspired, you're watching this and thinking, this is something I want to start out doing, I have no idea where to start. We're going to be creating those galleries together in the next workshop. I would love some closing remarks from Bosque, CHRONO, and Antonio about what do you recommend? Like your final thoughts about as we teleport to the visitor center, which is -40, -86. What do you recommend people do in Art Week this year before we finish on Saturday? CHRONO, can I bring you in first?
Absolutely, yeah. So if you're completely new to Decentraland, then take some time to absorb it. Kind of check out one thing at a time. If you've been in Decentraland for a while, same thing. Just I mean, this is really amazing. The detail, the meaning. Artists have made all of these things, and the meaning behind the initial impression, is maybe the most important. So we can't rush. Yeah.
Love it. Can't rush, taking your time. Bosco.
Yeah, as living in Latin America with the resources that we have and everything, I think the first thing is to be in touch on social medias because the Decentraland is launching a lot of open calls and to participate and to be there. It's really, I think the first step is to be all together connected.
I am really
Antonio?
excited about the workshops that are going to happen until Saturdays. I think that it's a gorgeous opportunity so everybody can jump in, enjoy a bit of information, sharing with other artists, join the chats, try your wearables, and all the galleries that we are exhibiting here needs, as CHRONO said, a bit of reflection of it. And I see that in a way they are really connected behind the theme. So explore.
Antonio, final words before we jump into the workshop, which is starting now.
Totally. It's about build. explore the Decentraland as a builder always, and record all this content post and make part of this stories, because we were early in the story of all this world, and how this will be cool to see in the future, to where we were and how where we got.
That's so cool. Join us right now in the Decentraland Art Week Visitor Center, -140, -86 for our next tutorial. CHRONO, Bosque Gracias, Antonio, this has been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.